أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome to a very special program titled My Journey to Islam, a program that looks at the journey that Muslims, revert brothers make into Islam, and we have with us Br.Omar here, who's going to share his experiences with you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Umar.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Okay, we just want the audience and the viewers at home just to share this journey that you've taken to become a Muslim with the audience. I want to begin by asking you a bit about yourself. What type of a person were you before you embraced Islam? Tell us a bit about your childhood, or those days before you embraced Islam.
Well, before I embraced Islam, I was probably I would call myself a very materialistic person, and I was from mainly a Christian background, with not practicing people in my family either, but I wasn't too bothered with my spirituality and my Creator. I just thought having a belief in God, that's all there was to it. And my character, I was not a very good person. I just lived for this life and for money and whatever else it was, and just my aspirations were just to have a big car, big house, this and that, the normal things that society promotes today.
Okay, yeah, I think you've answered my second question, which was obviously how did you perceive life? You had this kind of mindset that life was all about this, but did you really ponder more about life, thinking, hang on a minute, there's something a bit beyond this?
Well, I'd say about a year or two before I started to really kind of think, because any intelligent person that just looks around them, they see the sky, the moon, the stars, even from themselves. There has to be a bigger picture. Some people that are just so complex, and our minds and stuff. It can't just be about money. There has to be a bigger purpose. So then I started searching different religions, different theories, all sorts of things, spiritual things, mysticism, energy, all this kind of stuff. And the thing that spoke out loudest to me was Islam, and it made sense. There wasn't a flaw in any of it.
So you studied, you explored all the different belief systems, and Islam was the one that really appealed to you. Why did Islam appeal to you from more than the other religions that you studied?
Well, first I knew people that were Muslims, and they used to tell me things, but I suppose I was a bit arrogant to it before. I just used to think, the suicide bombers, or the typical image that is promoted in society today. So I always thought that's all they need to know. It doesn't go much more deeper. It's just these people from South Asia that come, and I didn't really. It was due to my ignorance as well. I didn't really give it what it deserved in respecting it and researching it as I did with everything else. So I started to look into it a bit more, and when I start to analyse the religion and not the people, it did make sense. And if I tried to find flaws in it and I didn't find flaws, so
is that what you perceived of Islam, as a religion that came from South Asia only?
Yeah.
Okay. You never came across people from Africa or different parts of the world, Chinese or Malaysian, Indonesian?
Not at that stage. It was just the very stereotypical type.
Okay.
Just same way how people think all Christians are a white European Western. That same kind of image, a stereotypical image. So
tell me, Umar, what were your first steps in terms of getting really proactively seeking the Islamic kind of knowledge of the way of life to try and become a Muslim? How was it? Tell us that journey that you took before you embraced Islam.
The first action I took was to have all these questions of life, things that are close to me that I wanted to be answered. I thought about seeking those to be answered, because I always thought, if this is from God, then surely He would have the answers for the questions that the people wanted to know. So when I had them, when I was fully confident that this is the way, this is everything, I sought out how to try and please my Creator. Now I know who He is, and now I know how He's communicated with me. Now it's just to try and please Him in the way and live how He wanted to live. But the most difficult was cutting the ties, things that you've known, the habits that I used to do.
But obviously you must have found that a bit difficult in terms of when you embrace Islam, then you have to cut off life from the past, depending on what kind of life you led.
Yeah, it wasn't overnight, but it was slowly but surely. But it wasn't like you know, I think it was the mentality that I've been doing this all my life, so why should I stop? But when you think about it deeply, if I truly believe this is from my Creator, and I truly say that I believe in Him and I love Him, then I'd do anything for His cause. So,
okay. So tell me, on the day when you embraced Islam, or perhaps the few days before, you know, your heart must have been pounding. You must have had anxiety. You know, how am I going to do this? Is this really the step that I really want to make? You know, tell us about that. Retrace those footsteps and tell us like what happened on that day when you reverted, and you know.
Well, I always said I'd leave prior. I'd always said I'd take my shahada, become a Muslim prior leaving school. So, you know, everything was off my mind, the exams, everything. But I suppose that was just, you know, off-putting it till the future, just, you know, make myself feel better.
Yeah.
And I was in the city centre before I took my shahada, and we was walking, and there was some brothers, you know, giving a dawah stand.
Okay.
And we don't normally walk that way to the bus stops anyway, but I said, for some reason, we said, let's go this way, just for a change. And there were some brothers, and one of them caught my eye, and he just said, come over, and we started speaking. We said, what do you know about Islam? I said, I know a bit. I said, I'm not too much. He goes, are you Muslim? I said, no. He goes, I'm a Christian, but I'm not really a Christian. It's just my family preference. And then we started talking, and he said, could you ever see yourself being a Muslim? And I said, I could actually. I said, one day I'll do it. And he said, why one day? He said, why not now?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not ready. He goes, what if you go around the corner and the car hits you, you die?
Yeah.
Anything. He started, you know, putting it on me, trying bringing it back to reality kind of thing. So I took him what he said, and I was thinking about it, and I thought, you know, what is true? What's the delay? So he went in a bit harsh. He went on hell, heaven, you know, the grave, death, a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I took the decision, and from there.
But deep down, you wanted to obviously become a Muslim, but you didn't find the right time or the opportunity until that day.
Yeah, but to be honest, when I took my shahada, I was thinking, whoa, what have I done? Like, I've rushed into it. I said, what have I done this thing for? So he gave me a Quran, he gave me some books, and when I went home, I was still regretting it. I was like, whoa, what have I done? You know.
Okay.
And I thought, wow, now I'm a Muslim. Now I'm in Islam. I said, I might as well, you know. Because of everything that I read, I never read the Quran prior, even to researching it. And I thought, well, now I'm a Muslim, I might as well see what they're about. I opened the Quran, I started to read. I think it was Surah the Romans.
Yeah.
And I started to read, and I thought, this can't be written by a man. And then I started to get scared in myself, like, how have I just doubted this?
Yeah.
So then that just reaffirmed my belief, and
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Okay, so you become a Muslim. And okay, tell me what happened after that. Did you like contact your family, your friends? Who were those people that you wanted to tell? You know, this conversion that you became a Muslim now, and it's a big step in your life. Who were the ones that you told? Or did you keep it secret? Tell us. What?
At first, I didn't tell anyone in my family. I thought I started to make changes in myself.
Okay.
So, you know, actions speak louder than words. Rather than me, I'd rather ask them why we changed. Why are you different? So for a few months up to a year, I was quite the same person. Just my mind, my knowledge, and how I perceive things is a bit different.
Okay.
But then after some months, I told my mum.
Well, what was the reaction?
She was like, "Why?" She was a bit confused.
Yeah.
But then the knowledge that I had, I could, you know, counteract what she had to say.
Yeah.
So I started.
And what were your parents' views or your family's views on Islam in general, and how did you counter those views?
Just the same as I'd say most people. That's the first question she asked me. She was, "Well, you're going to become a terrorist now?"
Okay.
And I said, "It's nothing like that. It's not what, you know, the media portrays or anyone else tells you." So I just slowly I started to tell her things, tell her slowly, and then after a few months down the line, she took her shahada.
Alhamdulillah, subhanallah.
So and then another member of my family took the shahada, and then another, and then another. So.
Inshallah. Okay. So I mean, how do you stand at the moment? I mean, you know, your friends, people that you may have gone to school with or college or whatever, who bump into you and they notice perhaps you have a beard now as well. So how do you tell them that you're a Muslim now? Or anything happened like this where you met somebody after a long time?
To be honest, I don't speak to a lot of people that I knew from before, and even the people that did know I'm Muslim, I don't really associate with them just because of, you know, the lives that they lead. I'm doing my best to separate myself from that.
Yeah.
There's only a few people that I know. Before I was Muslim, and smaller, they're Muslim now, so I try to associate myself with them. But when people ask me questions, I say I'm a better person of it, and don't judge it until you actually know what you're on about. You know, because a lot of people say I wouldn't expect you to do this, but some people that I don't tell Muslim, they just say in general you've gone to a better person. So I said that's because I'm a Muslim. So
that's dawah in itself, isn't it?
That's
okay.
in itself.
So with regards to your knowledge, obviously you must have been looking for places to go to better your knowledge and understanding of Islam. At Greenland Masjid, we provide facilities and services. I mean, how do you attend the classes here at Greenland Masjid, and tell us a bit about what takes place here?
I attend regular classes once every week.
Okay.
And then there's classes once every month.
And these are specifically for revert brothers?
Yeah, specifically every Friday, and Tuesday there's lectures. You know, there's different things that go on, so I try my best, you know, just to attend these, increase my knowledge. And you know, they're helpful. They increase in things that I didn't know about before. You know, stereotypes, things that, you know, we don't even ask, that, you know, just go past our mind. So slowly attending these classes, myself as a person regarding knowledge has become better, and obviously acting upon that knowledge, I'm becoming a better Muslim, meeting more brothers, you know, more support. You know, just help me through my journey in Islam. And also, what about the other brothers who attend? I mean, you must have this feeling of brotherhood, and you can share each other's experiences. Tell us a bit about that. Are there many other revert brothers who attend these classes? Yeah, of course. Like Islam altogether, the brotherhood is something different. Like, no matter how much I explained, it's something that you have to feel, because most people in society, they don't have this brotherhood, or it's gone from you know, previous, their grandparents or something. You know, I hear a lot of like white people, Western people, they tell me about how the grandparents said before it was like this, the brotherhood was like that, but it's the same thing that we've got, probably even more. But in Islam, it's something different. Before, it was a bit weird before I was a Muslim, and then I came into it, I was like, why do these people offer me this? Why are they having this? Because it's something you've never experienced. But when you start to go deeper into the religion, and you understand this is a duty of every other Muslim to have this brotherhood. So that in itself is dawah, and it's just reaffirms your faith, because you know, you can't do it by yourself, but when you understand that there's everyone around you is willing to support, makes things a lot easier. And then, you know, you get to see that this is the religion of God. These people, they're my brothers, just as my blood brothers, and my family. Some treat me better than my family. So
may Allah reward you. And before we wrap up, obviously this is going out to the viewers, and at home, if there's anybody who may be interested in Islam, is there anything that you want to share with the people at home? You know, you've been through a journey. You were a non-Muslim before you become a Muslim. Any message that you want to mention to anybody who's contemplating about Islam at home?
I'd say just take the step. I'd say just enter into Islam, increase your knowledge, and don't take anyone's perception, and especially for people that don't know what they're on about. Just do the research and look into it properly. Read the holy books, read the hadith, research about the Prophet, and he'll speak for himself.
Okay, Jazakumullah khair.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم